Let's play Wayward Souls Curse of Shadow. This is video number 7. I haven't unlocked the Paladin yet, but I'm going to try the Warrior out and see if I can clear the labyrinth to unlock it. And I also want to look for some specific kinds of enemies. I was talking with some of the other people who play this game on the game's official Discord, and they were saying, oh, the warrior has a lot of trouble against the elite knights because you can't break their shield with a power attack. So I'm going to see what you can do, if I can even get up to the 4th floor. I did have one pretty good run as the cultist recently, where I got all the way up to the boss of this labyrinth, so I know a bit more about what the layout is like and stuff like that now. But I think I just had a lucky run where there weren't too many scary enemies, because it's a roguelike, it's a bit random with what you have to fight against. As well as, like, maybe the rooms were in particularly good positions, so that I didn't have to attack everyone at once. I could just funnel them through the doors. And maybe I got particularly good upgrades. I got mainly the green stuff, and I had a dagger that explodes. But anyway, that's the cultist. Here's the warrior. This is a random room, just a bit of everyone. I should try and use the shields a bit more, so I'll stop losing health. You can only carry 6 anyway, so you may as well use them. What have we got in here? Bunch of guys. No one's scary. Except for those 2 things over there. See them? Cragworms. Definitely the biggest threat you face when you first learn this game. Now they're back. As you don't fight any cragworms in the 2nd or 3rd dungeons. But here the first 3 floors mainly use enemies from the mines. The next 3 from the tower, the next 3 from the catacombs. You still get some exclusive shadow enemies, and of course those rooms like we saw before where you get some enemies that are a mixture, a few different dungeons. Okay, so my thought with the warrior is, because of his long reach, he should be able to attack enemies from where they don't expect it. Like, see, that was a pretty long range hit. And especially from the side, but I just missed them, so it's possible that I don't quite know his range as well as I thought. It's a dead end. It's a shame. I'll take the shrine blessing. Oops. Another dead end. There's 2 enemies that look pretty similar. One of them can cast magic and resurrect enemies, and the other one just stands there. They're those hooded ones of these green drudge types. So if you see them and you notice how to tell the difference, let me know. I mean, you can tell by whichever one doesn't try and kill you, but yeah. The drudges I always find the most difficult to tell exactly what enemy I'm facing. I got hit there, you heard the shield sound. So, got to be careful about the enemy's range. the purple judges too are not all that easy to tell apart. Particularly you've got the ones that dash, and then you've got the ones that leap or cast spells. They all look kind of similar. This is the end, but let's see what was up here, because there might be a forge upgrade. Or it could just be one of these and then a dead end. There's one of these and then a dead end. There wasn't even a walk back. How do you like that? One option I could have done was saved the shrine for the end and then used the healing fountain to heal, and then picked up the shrine blessing so it would be at full strength when I got in here instead of losing it just then. I don't know how strategic we have to be about shrine blessings. There's a bit in the Karate Kid where Mr. Miyagi doesn't really know the rules of the tournament. And Daniel-san asks him, "Don't you have any advice for me?" He says, "Don't get hit." And really, if you can do that, then it doesn't matter what the tournament rules are so much. Upgrade to the throwing axes. Mainly for the reduced magical damage taken. The disintegrating projectile seems useful as well. It means it can even stop resurrection circles, exploding dynamite and stuff. Is that guy still alive? At least I think it can, I'm not sure. You can also see that he has a bit of a costume change when he picks up new gear. That guy explodes and then his projectiles go diagonally. You can't immediately put the shield on if you're in the middle of an attacking swing. You can only do one thing at a time. So it's part of why you can't just use shields instead of getting hit. Even if you see the attacks coming, you can try. I'm not really that quick at my reflexes. I'm actually in my 30s, so too old to be a pro gamer, unless it's something like Hearthstone. I heard about an Aussie kid who won $3 million playing Dota 2 recently. It's a pretty big prize pool. He's become our country's 19th highest earning sports star, and he's only 18. Alright, I think that the items I've already got are better than the one I just found. Ducked away before I could hit him the second time. Oh. I wasn't counting how many hits I needed to kill him. I really should memorize how much health that guy has. But then I also have to be careful when I crit, because that's going to change the calculation. My usual approach is just never stand near them after I've hit them, in case that was the killing blow. Alright, so we might find some of those knights I've been looking for here. And then when I publish my video, I can tell people where in the video to find it. But assuming I can actually figure out how to hit them. Okay. These guys, the boar spirits who shoot the blue flames, their flames explode when they hit a wall. So that can actually make them kind of difficult to fight. This guy's annoying. yada yada. Yeah, so he was talking about their counter-attack as well. You saw the regular knights do the counter-attack, which they only do if their shield is still up when you hit them. But it's usually not a problem because you don't usually get hit from it. So even if you trigger the counter-attack, you can just dodge and then you're okay. Look, I'll show you. See? And that hit there just hit him even though he's got a shield. If you get the range right, then you don't even need to clear the shield. So what I want to know is whether you can use that same strategy on the elite knights with the unbreakable shield. Otherwise your only option is to use things like your throwing axes, which is a limited resource. Look, dashing one. Well, that one had a mask, but I'm not sure if masks indicate class or if it's just a visual alternative. Okay, I'm pretty sure that totem increases their speed, which would have made those guys harder to fight. See, this one's got a mask, but he doesn't have that kind of pink glow. He's not one of the dashing ones. Maybe the masks means it's an elite version. Although the elite versions don't really seem any harder than the regular ones, so I don't know. Because I know that there's the pink glowing drudges sometimes have a yellow glow as well. That's an elite version. They can dash more often and things. Okay, green glow, 8 directional attack. A few enemies have that. I don't want to accidentally hit the Gloom Captain with the flail because then he attacks early. Alright. He's facing the other way, so it's safe to do now. Okay, yeah, so you notice one thing is that, oops, if my sword actually goes to the side, so that allows me to kind of have some unexpected attacks, but it's still not working against this guy. Gotta maybe make him walk into it. Anyway, this one I can just finish off the easy way. Yeah, the volume's been a bit loud, I've turned it down already. But I think it's just random, sometimes a bit louder and sometimes softer. It creates some tension. We haven't found too many forge upgrades or pets this run, which means it might be a little harder later on without any upgrades to take on the more densely packed areas. I'm just going to have to... I wonder if OBS has a way of pausing the recording. I might just stop